Hey guys, welcome to another video. We've been covering a lot of stuff on the Faze Clan situation, so anyone who's been subscribing on that one, I hope you guys don't mind a momentary pause, because I actually did go and see this situation last night with Pokimane's now apparently ex-roommate Ellum, and I'll be honest with you guys, this situation is probably one of the dumbest and strangest things I've ever seen. I'm going to try my best to give you guys a quick summary and also showcase up what both Pokimane said, as well as also the big Google Doc, where it seems like he did not address almost anything, and in my honest first impressions, I am not a fan of this guy. So feel free to subscribe if you guys are new. If not, no worries. We've been doing a bunch, like I said, of videos on the drama side, and I just hope you guys have been enjoying it all. We have a bunch of sell links down below too as well, Twitter, Twitch, sub if you guys want, whatever, that type of stuff, and let's dive on in. So first and foremost, I got roasted by saying this guy's name so entirely wrong. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you guys, dude. I have never watched this dude when I made my prior video, and as well, this dude just seems like a loser. So I actually generally don't care if I say the guy's name wrong. Like you think I'm gonna respect this guy? This guy seems like he's like an abusive, like horrible boyfriend, social climber mooch, like whatever. But anyway, I do agree. So some people were memeing on it. If you were memeing on it, it's funny. If you were actually generally mad, I don't know what to tell you. So I had to like watch a video just to see how to say his name. It's this dude.
Hello, everybody.
So if you guys don't know, it's just this dude. This dude has been getting roasted today because his Google Doc was horrible, and he just was like a horrible boyfriend. I don't know. We'll get to it, but
Hello, everybody. My name's Sunny. I'm here with Ellum and
so it's Ellum, okay, Ellum. Like double checking before I start this video. I really generally don't care. So anyway, this guy, if you guys have missed this whole situation, he used to have a girl, and her name was Captain Puffy. That girl seemed pretty chill. The kind of the big major gist to catch you guys on up, she was like paying for rent. She spent like hundreds of thousands of dollars, it seemed like, on paying rent. This dude was a mooch, never helped on bills, especially for cars. They got like a Tesla when basically this girl was like paying for every single bill, was trying to get closer, get like multiple homes. It was just like a bad situation financially. The dude was just a mooch. The dude was lazy. But as well, it got a lot worse. Because the big stuff out here is that his ex-girlfriend, Captain Puffy, was saying that he was sending her like inappropriate toys. Like we're talking like, the dirty kind. After they broke up, when she was going through like big emotional trauma, was trying to be like, hey, yo, baby, you want to get some? What up? In the bad way, because like this girl was over him. Like they're, it just was not the right time, not the right place. The dude was thinking with something else besides his brain, if you get what I'm saying. And there was other various things too. Like there was this weird stuff where he's like walking around on camera that other people can see when he's also, there is a lot more. There was a lot more other stuff, like basically people also calling out stuff for dog abuse, like basically pulling a Hassan 2.0. The dude seemed like more on the abuse end rather than like a bad boyfriend end. So we saw this whole situation, and a lot of people were ramping it up a little bit more because this is like the offline TV circle. You even just saw people over here with like Saikuno, and Saikuno has been platforming this guy for a super long time. They're like besties, you know what I mean? And like other people doing collab stuff, LA stuff, and he was also literally living with Pokimane. Now everyone loves to hate on Pokimane, but I do want to go and address this really quick. Apparently Pokimane also called him out. This is also drama with before we get to the Google Doc really quick. So she even said, because she was getting a lot of hate, she made a few TikToks with the guy, was posting pictures with him. I might even in the thumbnail, you guys might even see them together. But like she was getting hate. Like people were like, this girl, like I thought you're like a girl's girl. You're with all these women. There's a lot of women who watch offline TV. They'll look at a lot of the content creators in there, like a Lily Pichu or a Pokimane as like kind of like their idols. Like, these are gamer girls that are very popular. And although they are controversial, they are still like breaking the mold, like respect to Pokimane. So she was getting a lot of hate. But so she actually made the same comment too now that this huge Google Doc came out saying, hi everyone, I want to clarify my living situation with her living with Ellum since there has been a confusion. I rented a room in another apartment to be closer to friends and have a setup to do group streams and collabs. At the time, my friends who lived with Ellum before mentioned he needed a roommate, and that's how the arrangement came to be. I was rarely there to begin with, never stayed over, and have my own apartment. A couple months ago, after Kara spoke about me, I believe that was, good old Captain, spoke to me about her experience, I stopped going back to the apartment and stopped making duo content with Ellum out of respect and consideration for her. That's good. So we actually did go and see her, I did like a Mafia night, and Ellum was not included. So she is actually sitting by her word here. Like Pokimane's very easy to critique and judge, or like if she's virtue signaling or whatever, but I gotta give her some credit that she's doing what she said. And if she's also not living with the guy and distance with the dude, that's like, this is thumbs up, like good for Pokimane. I stopped going back to the apartment and stopped making duo content with him out of respect and consideration for her. And she also was This is lines up where she was told the full story. Others saw the document then as well, and I distanced myself because that's what felt right to me. Good, thumbs up. I've since spoken to Kara privately and apologized so she knows that I took what she said seriously. I've also said to move out as that's what makes me most comfortable. This clarifies the timeline and my involvement. Thanks. Now, some people are being like, oh, Pokimane and women always get involved in everything for no reason. No, I think this was very valid for her to be critiqued online because she was platforming apparently an alleged abuser. And like, there's a lot of past drama too with like the Sidemen in the UK, etc. We'll get to that in a second. This Google Doc. So I think there is a lot of critique. Like you have social climbers and people like using people, like, you know, just bad friends, bad boyfriends, things that are ramping up, like harassment in every abuse. Like, you know what I mean? So this is, I think it was very valid for people to be, we want to know, but I do want to say, I think this is like Pokimane, you're good. Like you're set, like you're chill. You're good in the situation, at least in my book. Like, I'm happy you said this, you're good. So anyway, so he came up, this Ellum guy came out with this statement. It wasn't really too well received. I even made my response last night when I saw it. A few people actually tagged me and also emailed me. So shout out to you guys. Thank you guys for actually even caring about this content. Thank you. You guys are awesome. So yeah, so I even saw this. I was glancing through it all, and I'll give you guys my full proper like rating. The situation is kind of short, but even people already being like, hey man, you missed out most of the story. Kind of what I was saying is that there was a lot more crazy things, such as like, you know, abuse call outs and things that ramp up a lot more. And if you truly cared about her in the relationship, you would at least want to bury these details. That, quite frankly, are some of the more shocking ones. And FYI, leaving a dog in a cage for that long is abuse. People are dropping the yikes. This is an example of something that shouldn't be put online for the world to see. This is a personal matter. That's a little bit 50-50. It depends on your calls. You guys let me know. But a lot of people are also being like, put the fries in the bag, bro. People are giving, like, saying this is a very dismissive apology. You sent her inappropriate gifts, like I mentioned. Abuse a dog by letting it sit in a cage for a long period of time, and you said you didn't cheat, but in the same sense you admitted to cheating. Like, a lot of people are already saying like, hey, this isn't like good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of people are saying like, what, like, dude, some people, you know, going crazy. And like, if you ever genuinely love someone, you would never do those things you would do in the first place. And a lot of people are just saying not good. Like, I guess real accountability was too much asked for. And even people saying the Faze story is not going to drown this out, broski, which is kind of why I'm covering this video, although there's 7 videos I want to make in the whole Faze Clan situation. So this is the full-on Google Doc. And as you can probably tell, like, a lot of people are not happy with this. Especially with a lot of the women, like I said, women communities in the offline TV squad. Saying, sorry, this is taking me a week to address. I need to process it properly and get myself in the right place mentally before speaking. That's fine. If it was real, sure. I'm sorry to post this on Boxing Day. Who cares? Like, address when you need to. My day is not going to be ruined, or any viewer's day is not going to be ruined because of what you did. I'll definitely look down upon you and whatever. But I want to address it as soon as possible while giving it the time and thought it deserves. Good. First of all, I want to acknowledge that I was selfish, stubborn, and a bad boyfriend. I unfortunately prioritized streaming over everything, including Kara. On many occasions, I was very oblivious and unaware on how my actions were impacting Kara and how many times completely stubborn and selfish. That's a little bit weird because some of the stuff that he was doing, like, we made a video on it. If you just want to scroll through in the channel, we went through her entire Google Doc, but it was bad. Like, it was inappropriate, very inappropriate. They were already broken up. So I also want to give him that free pass because once you break up, like, that's a mutually joint agreed upon decision between two parties where, like, it's like things change, like, we're done. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you have the rebound with them, sometimes you get back together, but at the time they were broken up, so it's like, yeah. Plus also, like, this like, they owed her a bunch of money. Like, like, his girl was doing great. Like, she was doing like amazing things. She was paying for so many bills and taking care of him and letting him stream. But there's also different times where, like, literally on Christmas, he was avoiding her. Like, he was using her for couples content. That's all. He basically saw her as a way to grow his career. So this is weird because it's like, hey, I'm so sorry, but this is like years after the fact and you already did it and you kept on doing it. Like, if you go and leave your spouse, not spouse, but, you know, a spouse, girlfriend, whatever, brother, sister, even if you care about them, on Christmas alone, you're a bad person. Which is crazy that he's trying to say, I'm sorry to post this on Boxing Day, like the day after Christmas. I'm surprised, like, just the timing for this all. Like, this dude was literally like leaving his girl alone on Christmas in a different country that she's paying for. You know, like, it's like this guy was horrible. Like, you're a horrible dude from what I'm seeing. So you're trying to say more sorry for, like, the people reading this, then I don't know. I'm getting a little psychoanalyzed on it, but just annoying. But he's like, yeah, my actions, I don't know what they were doing. Like, this dude was sending her inappropriate material for her after they broke up. Like, bro, like, you're just creep. You're a creepy dude. You're creepy. And he was also cheating on her, apparently, like, everywhere. Like, you're just creepy. You're a creepy dude. Like, you're gross. I was with her because I loved her. No, if you love someone, you don't treat like them at all. Not because of how it benefited me financially or my career. That's not true at all, because she even said that she felt like she was being put in YouTube videos, on streams, all because of him. You know, like she felt like she was just a piece of content for him, and she was making no money. She was probably losing money because she's working for someone else, and he wasn't even paying bills. Like if he was helping paying the bills, I'm sure like you're dating them, you don't mind. Or if they're actually good, you don't mind. Like if I had a girlfriend and she was like, let's go do a little duo reaction video, I'd be like, let's do it. That sounds cute. You know, do a stream together, whatever. But no. The dude just never gave her money. Although I would never intentionally try to hurt her, I understand I did and regret this completely. Bear in mind, this dude's like, it's very bare bones. That's a failing on my part and a realization I came to and took ownership of at the end of our relationship 2 years ago. There are links to screenshots of these messages here. Please take the time to read them. I personally never wanted to post anything like this, and I'm sorry that I have to post something so personal to both of us. But I hope everyone can see that I took full responsibility for what was expressed to me during our relationships in these screenshots. Anyone in the UK will need to use post IMG links, redactions for privacy. So link to the breakup screenshots. Let's go see. Hey man, sorry for messaging you. Okay, sorry, I got, okay, there we go, sorry. Hey man, sorry for messaging again. I've just got the time to sit and really write down my thoughts and feelings. I'm going to try to take the emotion out and just say everything because I really need to voice it. I'm going to try and go through everything from day one. We get it, because I feel like the only possible way that we can get through this if we really speak about everything, and given it's from me, I think it's only right that I address it all. Jesus, just get to the point. I do want to propose and say that I love you very much, and you are my best friend. The feelings I've felt about all of this are new to me, and I'll be real. The idea of losing you would be something that I don't think I would ever get over. I don't want that to sound over the top. I just want to say that you are a pillar for me and how important you are for my life. Going from the very beginning of everything, I've always thought you were amazing. I mean, legit, that moment when you caught me drinking the hot chocolate is a core memory of mine, and was something that I didn't know would kind of spark what we ended up becoming. The issues that we've had have stemmed from me, and I know that I genuinely have sat and reflected on a lot. I even started writing a journal on my thoughts and where I messed up on. I was selfish, blunt, and did not treat you as you deserve to be treated. Okay. You've always put me first, and that was something that I've never had happen before. Yeah, so don't take advantage of it. But that's nice. I'm going to try and speak through everything, by the way, because that's when you, oh my God. Let's get to the point. Stuff with my ex at the time I can completely get, where from your point of view was weird and odd, but at the time I just viewed her as someone I had experienced a lot with and had wanted to keep it mutual. Me and her had only split not too long ago. Like this, the dude's just kind of giving like these crazy, like this is like schizo, dude. Like, you know, it's just a lot. I mean, if you break up, sure, but this is why you usually want to do this stuff in conversations as well. So anyway, like the dude is just basically being like, hey, I love you so much. I hope we can get back together. Sorry for interrupting the time and how long the message has been. I just wanted to voice everything. And like, you know, it just kind of giving like random yaps. So let's go give her a response so you guys can really go through this if you guys really want to. I'm just trying to give you like the summaries. Hi, lovely. When you sent me all of this and I read it, I was on my way to meet up with blank and blank, so I thought it was an appropriate time to respond to such a message. And then when I got home, realized it's probably best I sleep on it and reread it again. I do want to say thank you for explaining in such depth of all the situations that mentioned in your previous text and giving your viewpoint on it is quite a lot to go over and right. I'm very proud of you on a path to working on yourself and realizing your wrongs, and I'm happier that your journaling has helped you understand your thoughts and feelings better, especially you always struggle with comfortability voicing it. I've also beyond thankful you have your group of friends around you to give you some insight, as sometimes an unbiased views help a lot. That's true. When I got my boys around me, it does help a lot. You know, sometimes if I'm overstepping, I'm worried for a girl, you know, whatever it might be, it's nice for someone to be like, who cares, or move on, you know what I mean? I love you so very much and always have and always will, but now ultimately, I've realized that in the way in which I view our relationship and you is very skewed to how I did initially due to everything that's happened repeatedly. You've honestly fully changed me as a person. I love you so very much, and I always here, have, and always will, but ultimately I've realized, you're honestly fully changed me as a person the same way in which you are now having your journey with self-growth and working on yourself. I am too, but in a very different aspect. I fully accepted for the longest time that the way you were with the bare minimum you did sometimes was how I was meant to be treated, because I thought that one day eventually to come around and do it on your own. So basically she's like seeing how this guy's acted, mooching off of her, talking to other women, focusing on his stream, using her for content. And she's in her head thinking like, maybe he'll understand this hurts me. Whether they talk about it, fight about it, he just accepts it realistically, but he doesn't until they break up. And this guy kind of gives off that weird vibe where it's like he broke up and he really messed up, and that he messed up to the point where the girl is it's unforgivable. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure you guys have maybe gone through these or been a part of it yourselves. And that's, I think, the big issue on this all. So basically, that was just a big thing. She's basically saying like, hey, you know, you were always selfish. You would always choose yourself, your successors, friends over me, even if it wasn't intentional, but it wore me down and I was feeling so bad. And like, this is what I get from you guys. You know what I mean? From all these text messages. So there's a little bit more, but you guys are kind of seeing like their overall stuff. He's basically trying to beg her for her to get back. And after that, like, he does it. So to be clear, he says he does not cheat on Kara, though people are saying otherwise. I did not manipulate her financially. He did, for sure. And if he truly was not, he should be giving her money right now. Like, that's how you prove you didn't. Go literally PayPal her money. Like, you're making okay money, you're living in LA, you're a streamer, send her money. If you really weren't. And I did not abuse our dog, Pudding. I don't know about that. However, I didn't respect her boundaries with regard to female friendships. Okay. I took her financial generosity for granted, and I allowed her to do the majority of the work looking after Pudding. So basically, you guys can see he's like, I did not cheat, but definitely didn't respect her boundaries with female friends. Especially when there's like emotional cheating involved, other stuff involved, I don't know. We shared a relationship in the same industry and helped each other with projects. She kept on saying that she was feeling it was very one-sided and she had to like end her streams to go make videos and paying all the bills. Like, bro, Karen helped me with my YouTube channel, which she was saying that she did not want to and it was too much, and she wasn't getting any benefit from it. And she was often the most reliable person to film with. I wonder why, because she's your girlfriend who you abused, allegedly. I never forced her to partake. To my knowledge, she did this as a favor and to be a supportive girlfriend. You see what I mean? Like, this just seems like so, like, you're just dude that gets no idea what's going on. Cora also started a podcast during this period. I managed the podcast behind the scenes, organizing editors for short form and long form content, thumbnails, as well as managing the YouTube channel in general. Again, this was done as a favor. I was never pressured, never asked for compensation. I have since removed all videos that include Kara from my channels. Like, this is a little good. Like, if I'm sassing this guy, like, if this is all true, that's good. Like, good stuff. Like, again, he did help out. Okay. Kara was extremely generous in our relationship to levels I had never experienced before. So it seems like you took advantage of it. Within weeks of talking, she bought me an expensive watch, booked a trip abroad, and soon after spent a very considerable amount of money on me on our first Christmas together. Because maybe she liked you. Like, if you're dating, you have to see each other. If you're like, what do you mean? I also gifted during our relationship, but I became extremely comfortable and accustomed to her level of generosity and took it for granted, which I really regret. If he truly means that, that's good. I can match her level financially, but I should have offered more. Yes. Both financially, where I could, and in terms of household admin, etc. I was lazy and complacent, but I still am, so extremely thankful for everything she did for me, which I try to express in the screenshots at the end of our relationship. But it does kind of seem like he was trying to beg more. You guys can scroll through it yourselves. I kind of gave you guys some highlights. But like, it did kind of seem like he was more trying to be like, hey, baby, I grew. Like, let's get back together. Which sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. It just seemed like it wasn't going to happen. Because don't forget all these other various things of like these abuse callouts happened after they were also broken up as well. Like stuff was after. I should have been more an equal partner in many ways. Yes. Regarding when we moved to our first apartment, Kara initially suggested that building Simon and Talia were living in, prime location, the screenshot. It is true I wanted to live near my friends, as many 20-something year olds would, but I couldn't afford the rent there. Again, Kara did most of the work looking for apartments. She found this property and we agreed to an unequal split proportional to our incomes. I mean, basically, if they agreed to it, that's good. But what I was hearing is that it was basically zero. Like, that's what I heard. That she gave like $60,000 6 months in advance, multiple houses, and like he just never helped with rent, not once. So it kind of depends. Maybe I'm misremembering. That's kind of what I remember it happening. Around the Tesla purchase, Kara mentioned. I think we're all getting close to being done, by the way. We'll maybe do a quick glances on some of these. Like, they basically, people were like just kind of giving like they're like this is weird proof. I had my own car when we were together, which I was paying for, including all running costs, but we didn't need 2 cars, so my dad offered to take over the lease for the car, and I'd sell the car and make any profit from it. I just handed over the keys. Car was very generous in leasing a sought-after car such as this, and of course I enjoyed driving a Tesla, but that purchase was entirely Kara's decision. I mean, I guess, but she was trying to say like, hey, we needed a car. Or she herself needed a car. So it kind of seems like she got a car and the dude's like, well, I don't need to have my car, then I'll just use my girlfriend's. These are just like random screenshots over here for this stuff. We don't have to show too much. She's just like, hey, like here's apartments and all that, you know. I'm looking forward to living with you. It's a great flat. Like, he doesn't seem horrible per se, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't seem like horrible, I guess, but this isn't really like proven too much, you know. It's just Yeah. So here are some of his rent payments, because he was saying, you know, he was paying some rent. That's good, actually, kind of good. But some of the rents were way more expensive than this. So, I mean, I don't know, like he's trying to give out proof over here, but everyone was saying he was not really paying. So this does at least kind of show that over there too, or more so maybe he just wasn't paying enough. There's a lot of what ifs on this one, but anyway, I'm just going to give you guys more of the things. So it was wrong of me not to have paid my agreed share of rent. Like I said, like that's where the, I think, miscommunication was. Whilst we were together in our first apartment, after our relationship ended, I reached out to organize paying back. That's good, missing payments. She and I had a number of discussions and agreed on a figure after deducting the rent for 4 months until the end of the contract. If we broke it up, I wasn't living there. So like he did pay a little bit. Cool. Like I said, I glanced from this before I did the video. I'm reading it more proper now. But it still doesn't address more of the serious stuff. Like it seems like he's kind of downgrading all these things. Like he's kind of like touching the tip of the iceberg on this drama, from what I'm seeing, from what I'm reading. It is a lot though. Yes. Anyway, and also Cara initiated getting a dog. I paid for all of Pudding's bills and was her primary carer. I should have offered to contribute more and apologize for that. Cara hasn't used this language, but I have seen online commentary and I want to be really clear that I did not abuse our dog. Which is funny because if you guys go through the comments over here too, you're saying there, you know, yeah. So anyway, so this is all regarding Pudding 2. I don't really have to go too much into the dog itself because this video is getting a little bit long already, but it just kind of seems like he tried to get her back, failed, was creepy, was still cheating on her, it seemed like, allegedly, quote unquote. Still kind of financially abused her, led her on, left her alone for Christmas, and all the bigger things he's not even really touching on. He's like barely skimming past. He's barely even talking about. So it's kind of crazy, you know? So these are the comments online saying I fled to the UK because there was also a lot of drama from the UK side to go to LA, and then he kind of joined this offline TV community. This is false. I moved to LA because I found people that valued and appreciated me after feeling undervalued, lonely, and distant in a friend group while the UK for a certain amount of time. Fled the UK to move to LA. This is false. I moved to LA because I found people that appreciated me after feeling undervalued, lonely, and distant in a friend group while in the UK for a significant amount of time. That seems exactly what happened. Like this dude's almost like the master of just rewording stuff. Because if you guys also remember, I was trying to make these comments, you know, it just seems like what? It's not, I wasn't here because how it benefited me financially or benefited my career. Sorry, you know, I unfortunately prioritized streaming over everything, including her. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like a one-to-one, but I think you guys are seeing this dude's like, you know, I never beat her. It's like, bro, like, what, I don't know what to even say to this guy. This just seems like he's kind of trying to gaslight everyone. You know, I feel like if for anyone who's too lazy to see on the full-on situation, he isn't addressing the crazy stuff, you know what I mean? So here's the shower issue. Like, there's a few things where I'm like, okay, I get you, bro. I can't be 100% against him. There are a few things, like if he was helping out with a little bit of money, that's good. He's trying to apologize, good, I guess. But like, there isn't as much accountability that I would like, and he's, like I said, he's kind of skimming over things too. Anyway, the charging tower is missing, and my PC doesn't have a USB port, so I've been sat on my phone using the extension cables. I was in this private call, didn't over-record audio. FYI, I did have to use your shower because the other one is messed up. I'll clean it tomorrow, but nothing comes out of it right now. Yeah, sorry, man. I do get it. May have raised some alarms. It was innocent, but I understand. I'm just trying to make some food that I'll go and plug back in. Is it okay if I use your shower gel tomorrow morning? I'll go to the supermarket tomorrow and buy my own. We probably see another notification. Yeah, that's good. But once you kind of break up with someone, you kind of like just shower, get out of my house. I don't know. Cara was a wonderful, generous girlfriend. I took her for granted. I've taken so many lessons from this relationship, and I'm not the same person I was, and I'm sorry she had to put up with the tunnel vision, stubborn version of me. I want to emphasize how much of a wake-up call our breakup was for me. It was truly a pivotal moment in my life 2 years ago, and I regret hurting her to this day. She deserves better. So as we kind of go through this whole document, it kind of seems very... He tried to get her back, failed, was a lot of creepy stuff afterwards, definitely used her, doesn't even say he didn't, like he's just trying to like minimize it. It just seems like he's trying to minimize everything. And it kind of makes sense why Pokey dropped her, because everything that came out with this already, it just doesn't look that good in the guy. Even everyone in these comments too, people are kind of like not really liking it. A lot of these people are like, can we just send him back to the UK, dude? This did nothing but confess how awful a person you are. And that's what I'm trying to say. Like, it kind of seems like he's like admitting to all this stuff in like the next sentence, as I talked about as well. Like, he's saying like, you fumbled bad, she deserves better. Dude, bros breakup message start by saying, hey man, to the girlfriend. And there was a little bit of stuff. Faze, yeah, people are like, Faze Ed, we don't care. That's how I'm at you as well. I don't know. Just a lot of people are like, hey, you took her like generosity for granted all the time. You know what I mean? Like sending inappropriate toys when you guys are not in a relationship. Everyone's like, bro, what is going on? Everyone's like, you flopped hard on this one. Pack it up. You are not him. GG. Zero accountability taken. And there was a few sorries in there, but this wasn't a good response. Like in my honest opinion, like I said, he kind of brushed over all the important stuff, and I'm not impressed. Like, I mean, he had a little sorries over here trying to say this is good, but don't forget this seems almost performative because he realizes he's in the wrong. You know what I mean? Like, he realized he's in the wrong, and he's just trying to make sure he can keep his streaming career. Because once again, don't forget, that's all he kind of cared about. He kind of seems like, you know, like people are calling him out. Poki's calling him out now at this point. They're not happy. Give me your thoughts down below. We have a bunch more Faze Clan news, but I didn't want to make a video on this one because there was just a lot that happened. And I appreciate y'all so much for everything. This was a long one. If you guys missed the prior video for context, check it out. And we'll get back to the Faze news right now.